For a long time, the world of finance was all about perfectly rational decisions. But let's be honest, are we ever really that rational with our money? Today, we're going to dive into a huge shift in how we think about finance, moving way beyond spreadsheets and into the messy, fascinating world of human psychology. This is the second generation of behavioral finance. I mean, just listen to this slogan. It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? It's not selling you a watch, it's selling you a legacy, a story, a connection to the future. It taps into something way deeper than just telling time. And that really makes you wonder.
Well, of course not. No way. And yet, for decades, the entire foundation of standard finance was built on the idea that all our financial decisions are perfectly logical. And this is exactly where that old model starts to crumble and a new, much more realistic one starts to take shape.
So, at the very heart of this new way of thinking are two key characters. On one side, you have the theoretical, rational investor. And on the other, well, you have the person we all actually are, the normal investor. Okay, first up, let's meet the econ. This is the person straight out of a classic economics textbook. Think of them as a perfect calculating machine, like a robot who isn't swayed by emotions and is only focused on one thing, getting the absolute best returns for the lowest possible risk. A pretty useful idea in theory, but it's not exactly human, is it? And now let's meet the humans. And yeah, this is us. We are all normal investors. Our financial lives aren't just about maximizing wealth on a spreadsheet. No, they're this complex mix of wants and needs, of emotions, of our own personal values, and all the mental shortcuts our brains take to get through the day. And when you see them side by side like this, the difference really pops. The econ, our rational robot, neatly separates life into two boxes, making money over here and spending money over there. But for us humans, come on, those things are totally tangled up. A house isn't just an investment, it's a home. A car isn't just an asset, it's a feeling of freedom. And realizing this, well, it changes everything. So, if it's not just about getting rich, what are the deep-seated desires that are actually pulling the strings on our financial behavior? I think the answers might surprise you. Turns out, we want a lot. We want that peace of mind that comes from feeling secure. We want to take care of the people we love more than anything. We want to feel like the choices we make with our money actually line up with who we are. And yeah, let's admit it, we want the respect of our community, and we want to feel like we're being treated fairly. Money, it's just the tool we're using to try and get all of these things. And you see this in the real world constantly. This ad, for instance, is a perfect example. It's not really selling financial performance, is it? It's selling alignment with a specific moral belief system. For a lot of people, that feeling of staying true to their values is a type of return you just can't measure in dollars and cents. And how about social status? Wow, this one is powerful. This airline slogan is just brutally honest. It sells a product not just based on comfort, but on that powerful feeling of exclusivity and, showing other people where you are in the pecking order. And what about that desire to nurture our families? Check out this number. A recent survey estimated that parents give a whopping $500 billion in financial support to their adult children every single year. Now, that is not a rational portfolio decision. It's an act of love that just completely bypasses the spreadsheet. Okay, so we've pretty much established what we want. But the how we make decisions to get there, well, that's where things get really interesting. See, our brains are hardwired with some powerful and sometimes kind of flawed shortcuts that shape our decisions without us even realizing it. Psychologists have a name for this. They call it dual process theory. Just think of your brain having two modes. System 1 is your autopilot. It's fast, it's intuitive, it's automatic, like when you swerve to miss a pothole. System 2, that's your pilot. Slow, deliberate, analytical, like when you're doing a tough math problem. We lean on that autopilot to save energy, but when it comes to money, letting our autopilot make complex calls can lead to some big-time errors we call biases. Let's look at a classic case of this in action, hindsight bias. So right before the 2016 US presidential election, the big Wall Street analysts were pretty much all on the same page. This was a super common prediction from all the experts. And, well, that's not what happened. Not even close. The market rallied. Now, looking back, it's so easy to come up with a dozen reasons why that rally was obvious. But see, that's the bias talking. So here's the crucial point. Hindsight bias takes the messy, unpredictable past and makes it look like this neat, clean, predictable story. And that tricks us. It makes us feel overconfident, like we can see the future just as clearly. And for an investor, that is one of the most dangerous biases out there. Okay, so if we accept that we're all normal investors, driven by our own unique wants and these quirky mental shortcuts, what does that actually mean for our portfolios? How do we build an investment plan for real humans?
Well, we can use something called a behavioral portfolio, and it's a completely different way of looking at things. It's not about finding that one single perfect mix of stocks and bonds. No, it's about building a solid structure that's designed to support your specific life goals. And in this world, risk isn't just volatility, it's the danger of not being able to live the life that you want.
The best way to picture this is as a pyramid. The foundation? That's the most important part, protecting you and your family from disaster. This is where you lock down your basic needs and safety. And only once that foundation is rock solid do you move up to that next level, taking smart, calculated risks to grow your wealth and chase your dreams. So you have to ask yourself, is my foundation truly secure before I start chasing those huge returns? At the end of the day, the goal here is to create a financial structure that actually serves your life. It's about funding your security, your values, your dreams, not just chasing a number on a balance sheet. So after all of this, what's the single most powerful tool you have to navigate this complicated world? It's not some hot stock tip or a secret formula. It's self-awareness. Just recognizing that you are a human and not a robot econ isn't a weakness. It's actually your greatest strength. It lets you anticipate your own biases and build a financial plan that works with your human nature, not against it. And as Mayer Statman, the author of the work this whole explainer is based on, puts it so well. The future of finance isn't just about financial facts. It's about understanding people. It's about combining the numbers with a real knowledge of how we actually tick. So I'll just leave you with this. Acknowledging your wants, your emotions, and your brain's little shortcuts, that gives you an edge. It's an advantage. The real question is, how are you going to use it to build a richer life in every single sense of the word?